The champagne flutes clinked around me, a symphony of celebration that felt like mockery. I stood frozen in the garden of the riverside manor, my eyes locked on a sight that shattered my world into 1,000 irreparable pieces. My husband, Daniel, had his hand on the small of the bride's back. Their heads were tilted together in the shadowed alcove behind the rose arbor, and even from this distance, I could see the intimacy in their posture, the way her fingers curled around his lapel, the way his thumb traced circles on her waist. The bride, my brother's bride, Emma. My vision blurred, and for a moment, I might collapse right there on the manicured lawn. We'd been married for 6 years. 6 years of what I thought was happiness, of building a life together, of planning for children we hadn't gotten around to having yet. And here he was, at my only brother's wedding, with his new wife. Beautiful ceremony, wasn't it? I spun around to find Marcus the groom, my brother standing beside me with 2 glasses of wine. His expression was eerily calm, almost serene, as he extended one glass toward me. Marcus, my voice cracked. I gestured toward the alcove, but when I looked back, Daniel and Emma had separated. She was adjusting her veil, and he was walking toward the bar as if nothing had happened. I know, Marcus said simply. His voice was steady, matter of fact. You know, I whispered harshly, trying to keep my voice down despite the rage and confusion building in my chest. What do you mean, you know? Did you see them just now? Did you Sarah? He placed a gentle hand on my shoulder, his green eyes so like mine meeting my gaze with unexpected clarity. I've known for 3 months. The ground seemed to tilt beneath my feet. 3 months. And you still married her? Are you insane? Marcus guided me away from the crowd, toward a quieter corner near the stone fountain. The sounds of the reception faded to a distant hum-laughter music, the clatter of silverware on china. All of it felt surreal, like I was watching a movie of someone else's life falling apart. Let me explain, he began, leaning against the fountain's edge. 3 months ago, I came home early from my business trip to Chicago. I found them together, our apartment, in our bed. I felt bile rise in my throat. Marcus, he held up his hand. I was devastated, destroyed. I loved Emma, or at least I thought I did. And Daniel was practically my brother, even before he married you. The betrayal was... He paused, his jaw tightening. It was everything you're feeling right now, multiplied. Then why? I demanded, my voice rising despite myself. Why go through with this wedding? Why let me come here, completely oblivious, while you knew my husband was having an affair with your fiancée? A small, bitter smile crossed Marcus's face. Because I wanted them to suffer the way I suffered, the way you're about to suffer. My blood ran cold. What are you talking about? Marcus reached into his jacket pocket and pulled out his phone. He tapped the screen a few times, then turned it toward me. It was a video, paused on a clear image of Emma and Daniel in what looked like a hotel room. The timestamp showed it was from 2 weeks ago. I hired a private investigator the day after I caught them. Marcus explained quietly. Over the past 3 months, he's documented everything. Every secret meeting, every text message, every lie they've told. I have enough evidence to destroy both of them personally and professionally. I stared at my brother, barely recognizing him. This is insane. You're talking about revenge, not justice, he interrupted. I'm talking about justice. Do you know what Daniel told Emma when she suggested they call off our wedding and come clean? I have the recording. He said, Sarah's too dependent on me. She'll never leave. We just need to be more careful. The words hit me like a physical blow. Tears spilled down my cheeks, hot and angry. He said that. He said that. Marcus confirmed, his voice softening with sympathy. And Emma, she laughed. She said you were sweet, but clueless, and that she felt sorry for you. Asterisk, I wanted to scream. I wanted to run over to Daniel and claw his eyes out. I wanted to grab Emma by her pristine white dress and drag her through the mud. But most of all, I wanted to understand why my own brother had kept this from me. Asterisk, you should have told me, I said, my voice breaking. The moment you found out, you should have asterisk if I had told you 3 months ago. What would you have done? Marcus asked gently. You would have confronted Daniel. He would have denied it or made excuses. Emma would have manipulated the situation. They would have been more careful, and I wouldn't have gathered the evidence I needed. More importantly, they would have had time to prepare, to lawyer up, to protect themselves. Asterisk, he took a sip of his wine, then continued. This way, they're completely off guard. They think they've gotten away with it. They think they're safe. In about, he checked his watch, 20 minutes, during the reception toast. Everything changes. Asterisk, what are you going to do? I asked, almost afraid of the answer. Asterisk, I'm going to show everyone our families, our friends, our business associates, exactly who they really are. The video evidence will be displayed on the reception screens during what they think is a heartfelt speech. By the time the evening is over, Emma will have lost her reputation and her job. She works for my father's company, remember? And Daniel, well, several of his biggest clients are here tonight. They have morality clauses in their contracts. Asterisk, I should have felt satisfied. I should have felt vindicated. Instead, I felt sick. Marcus, this is extreme. Asterisk, is it? He turned to face me fully, and I saw the pain beneath his calculated exterior. They didn't just cheat, Sarah. They planned this. They strategized how to keep us both in the dark while they carried on their affair. They laughed about us, about our trust, our love. They deserve this. Asterisk, I looked back toward the reception tent, where I could see Daniel laughing with her uncle, playing the role of the devoted husband. Emma was cutting the cake with a practiced smile. It's a picture of bridal innocence. Asterisk, you could have warned me, I whispered. At least given me time to prepare. Asterisk, I'm warning you now, Marcus said. In 20 minutes, your life is going to change. You'll have a choice to make: stay and watch it unfold, or leave before it happens. Either way, by tomorrow morning, everyone will know the truth. You can control how you react, but you can't stop what's coming. Asterisk, I stood there, my mind racing through 1,000 thoughts at once. Part of me wanted to run to preserve some dignity, to process this in private. But another part of me, a part I didn't know existed until this moment, wanted to see their faces when the truth came out. Wanted to watch them squirm and lie and finally face consequences. Asterisk, why are you telling me this now? I asked. Why not just let it happen? Asterisk, Marcus's expression softened, and for a moment, he looked like the protective older brother I'd always known. Because you're my sister. Because, despite everything, I couldn't let you be blindsided in front of everyone. You deserved a choice. Asterisk, the master of ceremonies was calling everyone back to their seats. The toasts were about to begin. Asterisk, I looked at Marcus, at this man who had transformed his pain into calculated vengeance, and made my decision. Asterisk, I'm staying, I said firmly, wiping my tears and straightening my shoulders. They destroyed us both. They should face us both. Asterisk. Marcus nodded slowly, a grim understanding passing between us. Then, let's give them a wedding they'll never forget. Asterisk. As we walked back toward the reception tent together, I felt my phone buzz. A text from Daniel. Where are you? Missing you, beautiful. Asterisk. I didn't respond. In 20 minutes, he'd understand exactly where I was and exactly what it meant. Asterisk. The champagne no longer sounded like celebration. It sounded like the beginning of the end.